that all you have to do to produce happy, well-adjusted, productive people is to be consistent 30% of the time. How is that consistent? You have to discipline appropriately 30% of the time. You have to do whatever 30% of the time. I was like, 30%? I'm at least twice that good, right? I'm a 60% mom. I'm a D. So there's freedom in that. I don't have to be the A+ mom. Even a C is like way above the grade, right? So there's some encouragement in that. And then I also was thinking, just as I was standing back there and thinking about this idea of doing something that's worth doing, if you have to do it poorly. And my thought about that was that I would really like that to be something that my children learn too. And so they can see me fumble my way through these things, but if they understand that I'm doing that because it's valuable and it's worth doing, and I'm going to do it even if it means I can't do it to the best that I can, that will be a tremendous gift to them in their future. Because I want them to do the things that are worth doing, even if it means they do it poorly. So that's that kind of foundational idea in terms of where we're going to head now into rest. So we, my family, the Marshes, often do rest poorly. We've had some spectacular failures in our time. We've been trying to have some regular rest probably for about 10 years. It's certainly been in my mind for longer than that. But once we started adding our second and third children, it began to feel a little bit more like something we really needed to get in place, because otherwise we were going to be overwhelmed by it. So we really feel like rest is valuable and necessary, but boy, do we do it poorly sometimes. There was a day that I shut myself in our bedroom and let Eric deal with the kids. So I had a lovely day of rest, but I don't know that anyone else did. There was the day that we tried to have a worship service as part of our day of rest, and that really mostly just served to convince me I do not ever want to be in a house church, because I worship a lot better when my children aren't next to me. And there was a day that we had an enormous fight. I don't even remember what we had it about, but that pretty much shot that day. There was another time that I checked out a book from the library, and I thought, oh, this is going to be so great, I'm going to feel rested. And I sat in the warm sunshine, and that book tied me into knots rather than relaxing me. So some really spectacular failures. But we are continuing to pursue it. But I want to say to you, as part of that, to say rest is hard. It seems like it shouldn't be, right? It's rest. It should be easy to do, but it's not. Rest is hard. It is some of the hardest work that we do on our week in terms of that day, actually. But just like forgiveness, and just like keeping my vows, and just like psychological health, and just like mothering, it is worth doing. Do it poorly if you have to, but do it. Because God made time holy. In Genesis, we read that God rested on the seventh day and blessed it. And what did he bless it with? Rest. A blessing is a gift that you give. And the gift God gave on the seventh day was rest. He gave it to that day. And then he said, not only is there this present that I'm giving you, it is also holy. The first thing God makes holy in all of the world is not a group of people. It's not the tabernacle. It's not Jesus. The first thing that is holy is time. And when we can understand that time is holy, how we use it is holy too. And God emphasizes this again in the Old Testament when he's creating this nation called Israel. He says to them, the very first thing he commands them to do is to have a weekly day of rest. This is even before the Ten Commandments. Before the Ten Commandments, God says, I want you to take the seventh day every week and rest. And it is our symbol. It's like our special bond between you as a people and me as your God. This is this unique, identifying characteristic. It's a gift I'm giving to you. It shows that you are mine. And when you keep it, when you live into this day of rest, you show that you are mine as well. And Jesus, I think, there are many things that Jesus says that are very sweet and very winsome. Total side note, I've been really struck by Jesus' welcome of But Jesus woos us, right? Jesus whispers to us. He calls us so sweetly, come to me. You who are weary. And what will he give us? More things to do? No. He says, I will give you rest for your souls. So rest is all through Scripture. And it's a gift. Jesus says, I will give you rest. God blessed the seventh day and made it holy. So it's a gift that we can choose what we're going to do with, right? We can take it and use it and enjoy it, or we can refuse. But when we accept it, it becomes a chance for us to remember that we're not in charge of the world anymore. We never really were, but it's another chance for us to remember. We don't have to produce. We don't have to struggle. We don't have to keep up. We don't have to prove to anyone. We don't have to be busier than anybody else. We don't have to work this hard for this long only to get up again tomorrow to do the same thing all over again. We're already loved and valuable and significant. We don't have to prove it. Resting also is a chance for us to take these kind of qualities that I see actually on your tables, to take these precious things that only can grow in time, right? Things like courage and kindness and love and wonder and delight. Those things take time to develop. And in all the hustle, you don't have the time to develop them. But when you rest, you can cultivate those things, in those qualities in yourself. And you can cultivate them in the people around you. You can encourage them in those ways. Resting also reminds us of how much we have. We're not slaves. That's one of the things that God says to the people of Israel when he says, I'm giving you this day, and here are two reasons for it. One, I made the world, but I rested, so you can too. And the second is, you were slaves. You didn't have this chance. You had to work every day at someone else's beck and call. But now you're my people, and I'm giving you this day. You're not a slave anymore. Rest. And because we're not slaves, we have time to waste, right? And when we waste it, we can realize how rich we are in terms of our time. When we rest, we live more like we want to live. More present, more aware, more attentive. We laugh more. We go more slowly. It's more peaceful. Rather than the hectic energy of daily existence all those other days. I feel sometimes like rest is, there's a war out there, and rest is my stake in the ground that says, I trust God. And I'm going to do this even though it's hard, and I'm not sure everything's going to get done if I don't keep working. But God, you are extravagant, and you give, and I'm going to claim it. And God will take care of the work that doesn't get done. He's faithful. Because here's the real truth. If you wait to rest, this is the unpleasant truth, I'll be honest with you. If you wait to rest until the work is done, guess what? You won't rest. Because the work will never be done. It won't. You have to choose to stop. You have to choose to rest. If you wait until the work is done first, you'll never get there. Especially with mothering. I mean, there's always one more diaper that has to be changed. There's always another meal that you have to make. There is no finish. And that's actually one of the beautiful things about stopping. You say, I don't have to be finished first. I can just stop. Because it's time to stop. And that's a freedom that I find particularly wonderful, because there's always that list of things that didn't happen, that didn't get done. But here, I'm free from that. I don't have to prove that I deserve rest. I don't have to deserve it. I don't deserve it. It's a gift. You don't deserve gifts. because we rest. This idea of rest as a gift comes because we rest. The attentiveness to the qualities that we like comes because we rest. The sense of abundance comes because we rest. The freedom comes because we rest. One of the things we've discovered is that sometimes it's actually after the rest happens that we reap the benefits of it. Sometimes way more than while we're actually resting. While we're actually resting, we may not actually feel resting, but later in the week, later in the month, and ongoing, we feel the benefits that God has put into place for us as we have obeyed Him and rested. It's kind of like it's a investment. If you put in your $200 in 10 years, it'll be $1 million. Wow, that's a great deal. But it's like that. There are ongoing benefits to rest. It's beautiful. It's important. I think it's essential, and it is a very sweet thing. But I don't want to just say, go! Because pie in the sky doesn't do any good. And I'm going to give you like a shotgun full of ideas. So I hope it doesn't overwhelm you. But I will give you a little caveat before I go into my ideas, and I will say that I am an introvert. And so my ideas of rest are hole up and shut down and hunker in and all of those sorts of things. And I am married to Eric Marsh, who is, if he doesn't know every person on the face of the planet, he knows somebody who knows those people on the face of the planet. We have been all over the world, literally, and we never fail to see people that I know. He is, the man knows everybody. Can I get an amen for those of you who know Eric Marsh, right? He is an extrovert. But years of practicing rest have convinced Eric, too, that rest is a necessary component of his life. And some of the ideas, actually, that I'll be talking about are practices that he has pushed us toward or encouraged us to do. So this is not just something that works only for introverts. So I'm going to talk about them moving from big to small, kind of the macro to the micro, the once a year kind of things, to some daily habits that you might be able to incorporate into your life just to rest a little better. So in terms of things that happen once a year, I think of a vacation. And I really want to encourage you to vacation like you mean it. Think about what would make you more alive in a vacation and then do that. If the idea of spending a week with the parents makes one or both of you insane, do it anyway, because it's the honorable thing to do. But do not let that be your only vacation. That is not vacation, that is a trip.